All right, everybody, welcome back to One Thing for Certain. As always, I'm LA.
I'm Hollis.
So, got to start off with a lot of y'all probably already know, we are officially over 5,000 subscribers now. So, and the crazy thing is, one of you guys actually told me who first. I didn't even know. I got a message one morning from somebody saying, congratulations, you guys are at 5,000. I was like, really? So, again, got to thank everybody for the amazing support. Because we couldn't have done this without you guys.
100%.
And so we just looking forward to growing. I'm trying to actually go ahead. We're actually going to expand out. I think I told you we're going to expand out to Spotify.
Yeah.
That's going to grow us even a little bit more. So that should be pretty cool. Let me go ahead now and get this out of the way. Special shout out to my friend Yvonne. She's very upset because she says she's been a subscriber since day one and she's heard me give shout outs to all these people
and not her.
And not her. So Yvonne, if you're watching, thank you for being a subscriber from day one. Thank you for your support. She does share the videos a lot. They talk about it at her job, so that's pretty cool. Now you can't send me any more nasty messages about how I don't give you any shout outs. I'm like, really? So, Happy New Year, everybody, by the way. Okay, I was going to start off with that. I told you we got
24, man. It's here.
2024. This is going to be our year right here. We are 100% certain by the summer, what did you say, 10,000?
10K.
We're going to be at 10,000 subscribers. So, that's going to be really cool. We didn't do anything for 5,000, so you think we need to do something? We definitely need to do something for 10. Right?
We definitely need to do something. Make it a bigger occasion.
So, real quick, before we get into tonight's topic, there's a young man out there, don't know if you're a subscriber or not, that feels like Hollis and I broke up his relationship. So, here's the situation real quick. And then I would, apparently we do have a subscriber, and they were at work. She was talking to this young lady, and she was talking about the boyfriend. That she was having issues with the boyfriend at home, and the subscriber said, hey, I watched these two guys. Maybe you should listen to what they say, because apparently one of the videos we made was pertaining to their relationship. Now
that's the part I really want to find out about.
Exactly.
Which video?
He was upset with us because he ain't responded back. I said, well, which video? We made a ton of videos.
Was it Dwight Howard?
I damn sure hope not.
Man down.
So he had this, listen, we don't know which video. We don't even know, what we said, but apparently they had a discussion, and at some point during the discussion, she was like, those guys are right. Now, let me go ahead and say this to you. There's two reasons why your girlfriend broke up with you, all right? Number one, she ain't telling you the real reason, and she using us as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Or number two, maybe you were doing what she said, and we were right.
or my take, I say if words from people she doesn't even know can cause her to break up with you,
there you go.
It wasn't really solidified anyway.
There you go. So there you go. We didn't break up your relationship. You either did it or she ain't telling you the real reason. I find it hard to believe that two guys in front of a camera that she's never met said something. Now, listen, I think we give good advice, but Hollis is right. If that's all it took, then again, maybe we said something that she was already feeling and we just kind of pushed her in, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But again, you got to tell us what video it was, because we done some interesting subjects.
Yes.
Are y'all the couple ain't had sex in 2 years?
I
mean, seriously, you got to tell us, what's going on. Are you the couple where somebody's flirting with you at work?
Or is she paying half the bills?
There you go. We've done a ton of topics, so you can't just message me saying, hey, she watched one of our videos, because we kind of need to know which one it was. Maybe I can try to explain to you. I don't know. Don't really care, though.
I even say, as a matter of fact, I think next episode we need to do a recap. We need to reach out to some of the previous guests and see how things are going.
We can do that, no problem. So let me go ahead and tell you now. We were going to do a live caller. We had a live caller on standby. Let me apologize to her now. Promise you we'll get to you. But tonight we had a topic that was just so juicy that we just had to just put that on standby. And it was juicy because I get here to Hollis' house. He had a house guest that literally wanted to stay and watch the video while we were recording. That's how good this is tonight. So, without further ado, let's do it.
Let's go.
So we had a message from a guy. He got a 20-year-old son. Him and his girlfriend broke up when the son was 7 years old. Some kind of medical procedure had to be done. They had to get blood work from the parents and the son. During the process of doing the blood work, they found out he wasn't the biological dad. 20-year-old son, he finds out he's not the biological dad. Gets better. So obviously, the baby mama was stepping out on him. Well, he finds out she was, but not just with one guy, with two guys. So neither one of them know if they're actually the real father. It gets even better. She don't want to tell the son. She thinks they should just leave things the way they are. He's like, no, he needs to know who his real dad is. And he reached out and said, I want you guys to tell me what you think. And I'm going to be honest with you, I am boiling with information. So, without further ado again, Hollis?
There's so many levels that I can start.
Oh, it's a lot of levels to that.
Deep. First off, are they married?
No, they're not married. They broke up when he was 7.
Okay. So, not married. There's just so many levels between the thought he was a father and the actual, 20-year-old young man. I mean, that's just there's pain on both sides. So,
well, let me make something clear real quick. The son don't know yet. They haven't told him anything.
But there's gonna be pain on both sides.
Oh, yeah,
there's gonna be some hurt on both sides. So he's not a kid. He's not a child anymore. He's 20 years old. So the approach, they definitely should be honest, because if there were medical reasons why they were doing blood work, that means there's something going on somewhere that somebody needs to understand.
Yeah.
So they definitely need to be upfront with the young man about the situation. But I'm torn between the gentleman that thought it was his son, and the actual young man, because they're both going to be feeling pain. So they should definitely be honest and let them know. The mother should definitely find out between the two gentlemen who's the real father, and get that established first and foremost. But there has to be some kind of space between the presumed father and the son of how they want to navigate going forward, because 20 years is a long time. I don't know what kind of relationship they had. Were they close? Did he pay child support? Were there, there's a lot of things to unpack in that. I don't want to just speak too quickly on it, because that's deep. That's deep.
Well, let me say this. And first of all, I couldn't imagine being in that situation. Finding out my son after 20 years is not actually my son. Couldn't imagine that. Mm-mm. I would think, and like Hollis was saying, we don't know the extent of the relationship with the son. I would imagine there's no issues there. I'm just theorizing here. Mm-hmm. But listen, he's the only father you've known for 20 years.
20 years.
The relationship you have with him should not change, other than you're not the biological dad. That's how I think. That's how I feel. Now, you disagreed earlier. That's fine. I would have, I'm trying to put myself in the son's shoes, and I'm like, that's the only dad I've known for 20 years. And let's be clear here. I'm not trying to make it sound like a Mario episode, but what if neither one of these two guys is the dad? I mean, she clearly sounded like she was for the streets back in the day. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, and I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I just think we have to leave space to not just acknowledge the young man's feelings, but also the gentleman's feelings, because that he thought that was his son for 20 years. So yes, there's a bond. I don't know how close they are. I mean, we don't know the dynamic of their relationship.
Yeah,
but there's some hurt on both sides. We have to make sure we leave space for the young man to have room to express his feelings, and the gentleman that thought that was his son.
Yeah.
Because that's there's a difference between nothing should change. I agree to a certain extent, but there has to be space for him to say, okay, that's not my biological son. I've still been there. I've been there the whole time. Nothing's going to change emotionally, but that's still not his seed. And that's does he have his last name? I mean, there's so much that goes into it.
Well, just to dive right in there, the son needs to know.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt.
The son needs to know. The problem is, the conflict is the mother doesn't want to tell him. And the mother don't want to tell him for the simple reason
make her look bad.
She's gonna look bad.
Absolutely.
Like, hey son, me and your dad got something to tell you. Mommy got a freak on back in the day. I mean, how's he gonna put it? Wow. I'm sorry. Let's address the elephant in the room here. If it was one guy, first of all, that's still bad. You cheated. But damn, we talking about two that we know of.
Hey.
I mean, but if you freaking like that, who's to say? I mean, damn. I'm sorry. It's 2024, man. I'm not holding punches on the channel this year.
Hey.
Listen.
Freaknik 20 years ago, Freaknik was in full effect.
Exactly.
She went to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, your real dad might be half of Atlanta. Bro, I'm just saying, man. It's selfish to not want to tell this kid.
It is.
Who his real dad is because you want to protect the reputation from 20 years ago. I mean, he's 20 years old. Listen, I get it. He should understand. You were young, at least I hope so. You make mistakes, or a couple of mistakes, or 3 or 4 mistakes apparently in your case. I'm sorry, man. I just think that's selfish, man, to not want to tell this kid who his real daddy because you don't want to know you was freaking back in the day.
It's definitely selfish. But like I said, the only thing I'm concerned about is her feelings. To me, really don't matter.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I ain't got no sympathy for her.
The son and the father, they need to. There has to be space for the young man, and there has to be space for the gentleman that thought that he was the father.
And the crazy part is, if it wasn't for the blood work, none of this would ever came out. She was determined that this was going to be a secret until the day you all passed away. She won't say anything.
Luckily, and I don't know the full situation, but luckily there was no life and death type of situation where the father or the son needed a kidney or had some major issues. Because if that's the case, that's even, that compounds the problem. So
yeah, I mean, like I said, my sympathy is for the dad and the son.
That's right.
Mama freakiness there, she gets no sympathy from me. Because I'm sorry, you slept with 2 other guys when you were living with this dude. And you think you're going to get some sympathy? No. It is what it is. You were for the streets back in the day. Now maybe you changed, I hope so. But it doesn't. That does not negate the fact that you should tell this kid who his real dad is.
100%. We agree.
And I'm like, I mean, that's crazy. And again, let me go ahead and just say this too. Y'all need to do it together. It don't need to be a separate thing. Y'all need to sit down and say, look, we got something to tell you.
I'm not even say together. She needs to swallow that herself. She don't need.
Yeah, because the dad didn't do anything.
He didn't do it. She don't need him to break the ice with her. She needs to sit down one-on-one with her son and say, look, got something to tell you. And this is on me. This is not on your father. This is on me. And because with him and her together, that's something. Hey, this is something we got to tell you. Let her sit down one-on-one. Son, this is a mistake I made. And then after that, followed up, he can come in and the son and the father can have a conversation about how they feel, because those are the two victims. They've done nothing to anybody.
Yeah, when I first got the guy messaged me, I was like, man, how would I feel? 20 years and you find out that your dad is not your real dad.
Like I said,
again, he don't even know. But I'm still trying to put myself in his shoes, even though he doesn't know, because he doesn't know. He doesn't know yet. They're trying to decide. I mean, at some point, listen. Yeah. At some point, you're gonna have to not decide or want to wait on what the mom wants to do. If you, in your heart of hearts, feel like he needs to know, then tell him. Well, and he does need to know. But you need to decide how long you're gonna wait for her to stop trying to hide in the closet about what she was doing back in the day. And decide, you know what, the hell with her, I'm just going to tell him. He needs to know.
He needs to know.
I would give her a time limit and say, listen, this is the deal. If you ain't told him by such amount of time, then I'm going to tell him.
And that's got to be a short period of time, because that's not something you can keep secret. Every day you say, hey, what's up, Dad? What's up, Pops? How you doing? And that has to affect how you interact. And not saying in a bad way, but just in an emotional way. That's something you can't hide that.
Nah.
That's something that, Dad, what's wrong? Or nothing, I'm okay. You know, that's something you can't hide.
He damn sure ain't okay. Nah. I don't blame him. I wouldn't be okay either.
Not at all. Not at all. To me, there should be a consequence. When those situations happen, there should be something done to hold people, adults, accountable for those kind of decisions. Because that's 20 years of emotional just situations you've been through, financially, emotionally. There's so many things that happen over the span of 20 years, thinking you're raising your son. That's not fair. That's not right.
Not only that, right. Thinking your girlfriend is home being faithful.
Yeah, I mean, that part, I care less about that.
Listen,
I care less about that.
I thought about this too. That shouldn't bother me.
Nah.
But I'll be like, damn, really?
But that was 20 years ago. So they're not together anymore, so it's not like he's finding out when they've been married for 20 years.
Man, I see what you're saying.
So, yeah.
She still was for the streets, though.
I agree. And there should be some consequence. And I'm the same thing with fathers that don't take care of their children. Parents that do that, and that's a situation a man really can't put a woman in, because but there should be some kind of consequence behind that. That's just wrong. Oh, that's wrong. That is so wrong.
So listen, again, you need to. I respect the fact that you want to wait and let her decide when she's gonna tell him. If she's gonna tell him, that's fine. You want to respect that. She's the mom. That's that's the one thing here we know for certain. Mm-hmm. She's the mother.
That's the one thing. Maybe not. Hey,
I mean, the way she was cutting loose, who knows? But listen. But at some point, you gotta be like, I gotta tell him, because he needs to know. It's not right to let this kid go through life not knowing that his real dad is somewhere out there.
Yeah. And even the real dad.
And the real dad needs to know I got a son out there.
That's so many people are hurt in this situation.
Yeah.
By one person.
A lot of people are hurt because your baby mama freaking. So that's our bottom line. That's our bottom line advice to you. Give her a time limit, and then if she don't want to tell him, then you need to tell him. He needs to know. And to hell with her feelings, because in this situation, she gets no sympathy from nobody.
None.
Simple as that.
Zero.
So, all right. Again, everybody, 2024 is going to be a great year for this channel. We definitely plan on hitting 10,000 by the summertime. We got live callers. Again, we had one tonight, but this topic was just way too juicy to just put on the back burner. We just had to jump right on it. So, again, I want to apologize to that caller. She really wanted to get her stuff out there. And you will. I promise you. So until next time, thanks again for helping us get over 5,000. My mom said you guys are officially influencers now. Hey. I was like, really? So I didn't think she knew that word. So again, man, thanks everybody for the amazing support. And until next time, peace.
Peace.